Amother, acquitted of injecting feces into her son's blood, has opened up about the 6-year ordeal that tore her life and family apart. Charges against the mother, 39, were dismissed in court on Tuesday, bringing an end to a legal drama that started when her son got sick in 2014. She is still separated from her 4 young children, while fighting on another front in family court to get them back. The woman was accused of controversial disorder Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where a caregiver makes someone sick to get attention. They dumped me on the street at night at 9:30. I wasn't allowed to see my children for 6 years, she told the Daily Telegraph. This weekend she will see her children for the first time since being marched out of the Westmead Children's Hospital by police late at night in October 2014. At the time she had 4 children, all aged under 10. They are now all 6 years older. It is basically like your children have died, this abrupt withdrawal, the mother said of what she went through. Just days after being freed of charges, the mother explained what happened leading up to her being accused of carrying a tube of feces and putting it in her son's cannula, leading to his bloodstream, a claim she slammed as disgusting. Her 9-year-old son, who needed steroids for severe asthma, became so unwell he had to be flown from Katoomba, in the Blue Mountains, to hospital in Sydney. She recalled feeling judged as the case was investigated for not taking her son to his usual GP, even though that doctor was away on holiday. Also questioned was her decision to drive the sick boy from their Wentworth Falls home to Blue Mountains Hospital instead of calling an ambulance. She said this was because it was only a short drive, and the ambulance could take up to an hour to arrive. Her son was in intensive care for 6 weeks and placed on a drip, but was found to have E. coli in his blood. E. coli is bacteria from the gut, and infections from it are common in hospitals. It is also found in feces. Nurses overheard the boy say, "Mum, what are you trying to put in my cannula?" when one of them was checking the drip 3 days before a blood sample was taken. The next day he was heard to scream, "Why are you doing this, poisoning me?" when his mother was in the room. The mother later claimed her son was confused about who was in front of him, and was addressing nurses at the time, not her. One nurse admitted that was the truth, and "thank God he did," she said. The mother said her son was delusional while in hospital, which is common with the steroid withdrawal he faced. He was also given morphine to help reduce discomfort from steroid withdrawals. Professor David Isaacs interviewed the mother briefly in hospital, and 2 days later police removed from her son's bedside and charged her. The NSW District Court heard last week that Professor Isaacs raised concerns the mother had injected her son with fecal matter after a blood sample tested positive for E. coli and another bacterium found in the bowel. How are you supposed to inject poo into a cannula when he is in intensive care with a one-on-one nurse? The mother told the Telegraph after the case was thrown out. Professor Isaacs raised the possibility she could have Munchausen by proxy, which was passed to the Department of Family Services and Police. If I get it wrong, the child dies, he later told the court. I have once in my life missed it and the child died, and the mother told me afterwards what she had been doing with that child, and I'm never going to miss it again, if I can help it. She lost custody of her children, lost her job after being deregistered as a nurse, because the police filed a complaint with the Nurses Registration Board, and was forced to sell her home. Eventually the woman was admitted to a psychiatric ward, where she lived for 8 months. I was their mother, and I didn't get to see my youngest son's first day of kindy, my kid's first day of high school. Heartbroken doesn't even describe it, she said. Justice Smith found the E. coli poisoning could have been the result of contamination. As a consequence, I'm not satisfied beyond reasonable doubt that the woman administered a noxious thing to the boy, Judge Smith said. The woman wept as the judge told her she was free to go on Tuesday. Finally, I proved that I'm innocent, she said. I nearly died in those 6 years, but I didn't. Now I'm here getting proven innocent, she said outside court. I just want my children to know that Mum's not a bad person, her lawyer Pauline David added. The only thing that was administered in this case has been a gross injustice to the accused for more than 6.5 years. She has lost her children. She has lost financially. She has lost her ability to work in her occupation as nurse. And she has also nearly lost her sanity.